we've got any science on our own. Well, it's probably because Aquilo is currently empty. And also launching just rockets into space with storage cans. What are we doing? Oh, it's going up. Slowly, but it is going up. Oh, I can put productivity modules on there. There we go. Let's get rid of that and that's next one. Right. Railgun damage is done. I need to put something that's got clever. Science in it. Oh, the new drag and drop is great already. Love it. I don't really want to improve my refined flammables. Improve my rocket fuel productivity as well. You could end up making productivity modules essentially redundant. Well, actually, that's not strictly true. In certain industries. Okay. Get rid of some stuff that was in my inventory. We put one of each of the modules in there now. Look, it's just filling up constantly. We're already up to 16k, and I deleted all of the tanks and deleted all the ammonia. For whatever reason, I just cannot generate enough. I'm using rocket fuel in pretty much everything. I'm no longer importing rocket fuel. The only upside is if this all stops, because the ammonia is full, I'm still getting ice from space. So that it won't actually stop. Which I'll take. Nope, I've literally got all the recipes. All the science I have now is just infinite science. So it's all increasing yields, increasing productivities, increasing damage, increasing robot count, increasing artillery shooting speed and accuracy. And the damage. That's it. I've just got infinite science now left. That's all I've got left to go. It makes sense. I mean, there's a lot of ice asteroids around the planet. It makes sense that there is some available. But yeah. That's cool. There's always something that causes a problem. Always. But part of it is because I just haven't played before, so there is got no experience on how to manage some of these situations. Going forward, it'll be much easier to manage some of these situations. Oh, I need a bit of shape. Right, while we're waiting for that science to start happening, you have no of these. Oh, hang on. I have one. I have one quality module. Well, Actually, that doesn't need quality modules, does it? Okay, quite a few of these. It's just slowly making them. Occasionally it will spit out better quality. So there's it's a plus 10% quality. So 25% of the time, there's a 10% chance that it will spit out a higher quality module. So they're saying that it's 2.5% chance that it will put out a uncommon tier. And then a 2.5% chance that this will put out a rare. 2.5% chance that this will put out an epic, and then a 2.5% chance that this system will put out a legendary. That's a very small chance. Whoa. okay, I haven't got my filter in. Like I copied this design from somebody. I was watching them. They used this design, so I tried to do the same thing. I'm not sure it's the best one. I mean, it's definitely functional, but I wouldn't say it's the best. What I'm looking at is the fact that it's this recycler has recycled a legendary module, and I don't want that. I don't want legendary modules being recycled, legendary buildings being recycled. Also, the problem is that you can't speed this recipe up with speed modules, otherwise it lowers the chance of the quality. So the only way that I can speed things up is these guys. So the difference between... So this one is a standard electromagnetic... This is a legendary electromagnetic plant, but this one's a standard electromagnetic plant. Crafting speed on this one is 1.5%. Crafting speed on this one is 3.75%. Because it's an epic quality, it's legendary quality. You're hooked, bro. Megatron would be proud. Hey, John. How you doing? Yeah, I got a lot of hours in this game. 4,000. It's come out to about 4,500 hours, I think, all told, since its release. Not the DLC, just in total. The other thing is as well, is I'm just wondering whether if I put a legendary module in here, that should increase the chances that I spit out something greater than common. Have I tried Satisfactory? Yes, I have. Played a reasonable amount of Satisfactory, I would say. Oh, much prefer Factorio to Satisfactory. Much prefer. Do I have, like, legendary efficiencies over here? Yeah, I do. I've got loads. Well, I'm making them here, aren't I? Sure. Or I was. I don't know if I'm still out. Well, I was making legendary efficiency module somewhere. No, just efficiency modules, not legendary efficiency modules. Oh. Oh well, either way. Just about 30 hours in Satisfactory, not that much, not played after 1.0 came out. I think 0.9, 0.8 was the last one that I played. The problem with Satisfactory is that it doesn't scale up into the upper game. That's the biggest issue. Wait. I mean, all this time, this one hasn't had. You're a buffoon. So yeah, it doesn't scale. Sorry, it doesn't scale up into the upper. It doesn't scale into the late game. So what I mean by that is that you're constantly running around building bits and pieces yourself physically. There's no way of automating that build. As much as it doesn't matter how far in advance you get. I guess there's blueprints, but you still need to be the one that's carrying that stuff around. You still need to be the one that's doing it. You know. Take Navis, for example. My base is pretty big, but I don't need to be. I don't need to be over here to build something over here. I have robots that can do that for me. And I could just go into my map view, have a quick look, go right. I want to build that, and the robots will come along and do it build it. Job done. I don't need to be there to do it, and that's severely lacking in Satisfactory. You have to be there to do it. You have to be the one that builds it. For trading into the Tengu, if I changed to the Sauron, nice. Most people have done it the other way around, but you do you. That's fine. Like eggs. Isn't it a bit weird that you're actually a dude in Factoria? A lot of people are saying that it's a robot, but the point being is that early on you are. Well, okay. You are doing it yourself, and as the game progresses, later and later and later, you learn how to do more and more and more automation until you're automating all of the things. And it's all of your automations. I think that's the main thing. It's the key thing. It's that level of automation that happens after a while. How are we doing with solar panels? We have 46 legendary solar panels. How are we doing with... What have now? Okay then. It's proving surprisingly difficult to make legendary quality modules. So I've got two schools of thought on this. I could start a completely separate area for quality upgrade. So after I start making a decent amount of quality modules, what I could do then is start bringing all of the material from here, from wherever I'm bringing them down. Put quality modules in all of this stuff. Bring it to wherever it's going to be, It just takes it. The train takes whatever, and then takes it to a refining area. That refining area slowly recycles stuff basically, and then slowly turns things into quality modules. I don't need that radar. The robot pods have a little mini radar in them, so you don't need radar. You don't need radars inside your base anymore. So the idea being is that I have like a processing area, and my train comes in, drops off all the materials. Those materials then get filtered into common, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary. And the legendary stuff goes to another station. And then a train comes along, picks that legendary stuff up when it's got a full cargo load, and then drops the legendary stuff off in here in the base instead of whatever the mine's kicking out. Now this means that we would end up generating quite quite a lot of stuff. We would start going through a lot more standard patches than we would do normally. But again, that's where legendary miners come in, where we'll use a hell of a lot less of the resources. You know, this guy's got a standard resource drain of 50%, so he only uses 50% of the resources compared to the standard miner. That legendary only uses 8% of the resources, so it depletes them crazily low. So they'd last, what, 12 times as long? So each patch would last 12 times as long with that resource drain. Top that up with the fact that we would have legendary modules in them, and we would have a high level of productivity. So the productivity of these big mining drills in the moment is 118%. That means this bonus production thing is going up further. It's going, every time this green bar goes up, this bar goes up an extra 18% on top of that. So this purple bar, which is an extra bonus production, is happening more often than the green bar is happening. So you couple those two in together. Okay, yes, a lot of that is currently coming out of these. It's currently coming out of these productivity modules. But if I take that out, I reckon that'll go down to 100%. So that purple bar now goes up as fast as that green bar does. And using tech, we can improve that even further. So we've definitely got, that definitely seems to be the most logical way for me to do it. Is essentially just mine a ton of stuff with quality modules in the hope that we get relatively decent quality, put it through our refining process, so we recycle all the ores that are uncommon, common, rare, epic, whatever, and then get legendary, and then send legendary off to the base. When legendary goes off to the base, then all of the material on the belt will be legendary quality, which means we can then use it to make your legendary bits. So, novice anyway, anything that is made from iron, coal, copper, stone, uranium, and oil, because those are the ones that they're made here, so we can make legendary versions of them. So then we'll be making legendary red science packs, and legendary green circuits, and legendary inserters, and legendary ammunition, and legendary walls, and legendary plastic, and legendary engines, and all that type of stuff. This only breaks when we introduce planetary stuff or stuff from space, which isn't the worst thing in the world, because most of stuff from space is science packs. Now, a legendary science pack is the 600%. Science packs have 600 capacity, so that means, whereas they essentially last 6 times as long in the station. But it will mean that we can essentially produce legendary. All of this, our legs, our armour, the vast majority of it, everything will be legendary. So that's the plan. The only time it breaks is when we need legendary tungsten carbide for our speed modules and legendary spoilage for our efficiency modules, and legendary biter eggs for our productivity modules, and legendary superconductors for our quality modules. Although legendary superconductors isn't necessarily the most difficult thing in the world. This is why on Fulgora, that's what I'm attempting to do here. So I think Fulgora will be the place where we try this first and try and mine legendary scrap and change all of these to legendary recyclers with legendary modules inside them for crafting. We'll need to change this whole setup so it filters and pulls off anything that's not legendary, puts any legendary stuff into the sorting. Otherwise, it sends it round and recycles it into hopefully more legendary things. But yeah, it's a whole. To make foundations, I need fluoroketones, lithium plate, carbon fibre, and tungsten plate. Why does it... Carbon fibre comes from Gleba, tungsten plate comes from Vulcanus, lithium plate comes from... and lithium plate and fluoroketone come from Aquila. A lot of the end tier stuff requires